Today, I'm going to talk about a movie called Alita, Battle Angel, which came out in 2019. At the start of the movie, it tells us that a big war happened 300 years ago called the World War. This war caused a lot of damage to the world. We see a spaceship with people from different countries. Is revealed that the spaceship's people have been throwing their trash on Earth. One day, a scientist finds a special robot in the trash. But it was not an ordinary robot, but this robot is part human and part machine. The scientist takes the robot home and fixes it perfectly, giving it a new body. The next day, the robot, which is a female, wakes up and is happy to have a new body. She then asks the scientist, "Who am I? Where did I come from?" The scientist doesn't know where she came from, so he can't answer her questions. He tells her, "We found you in the trash with a damaged body, but your mind was fine. We fixed your body by attaching a new one." The scientist then shows her the world outside. The robot gets excited when she sees the city. She also notices a glimpse of a spacecraft and asks the scientist, "What is that? Is this a real world?" The scientist tells her, "That is the last city left after the World War. It's called Sky City. Sky City is a very desirable place to live, with a peaceful and enjoyable life that everyone wants. The upper class lives in Sky City, while the lower class lives in our world." The scientist then names the robot and says, "Your name is Alita now." Alita is happy to hear her new name. The scientist also tells Alita that everyone in our world works for Sky City because Sky City has many fields, industries, and factories. After this, Alita meets a boy named Hugo. Hugo compliments Alita on her new body when he sees it. Alita's body is robotic and very strong. Alita and Hugo become good friends. That same night, a girl is murdered in the city. There's a criminal in the city who kills girls and sells their body parts. Later that night, Alita sees the scientist returning home with blood-stained hands. Alita begins to suspect that the scientist might be the killer behind the city's murders. The next day, the scientist's ex-wife visits him. We learn that the human body attached to Alita is actually the body of the scientist's daughter, who passed away. He donated her body to Alita. Later, Hugo invites Alita to join him in a popular game in the city. Alita impresses everyone by playing the game perfectly. Alita wins the game. Later, Hugo takes Alita to his favorite place, which is the roof of a building. From there, they can see the whole city and Sky City looks closer. There is also a big pipe. Hugo explains that all objects from Sky City come to Earth through this pipe. Hugo says, "I'm working hard to go to Sky City. Remember, I will surely get there." Alita asks, "What does Sky City look like?" Hugo tells Alita that the doctor found her in the garbage, and that garbage came from Sky City. This suggests she might have originated from Sky City, but Alita doesn't remember anything about it. She has lost her memory. The next day, the doctor leaves the house and Alita follows him. She realizes that the doctor isn't a killer but actually a hunter warrior, someone who hunts down criminals. Alita learns the truth about the doctor when she sees that he's actually a hunter warrior who captures criminals. Dead bodies of these criminals are taken to a factory where rewards are given for capturing them. At the same time, the serial killer approaches. He's the same person who has been murdering girls in the city. Alita bravely confronts him and fights him off, forcing him to flee. She successfully defeats and kills the killer. Later, the doctor and Alita take the killer's head to the factory. After capturing the killer's head and receiving a $20 reward at the factory, the doctor opens up to Alita about his past. He explains how he became a hunter warrior. He used to live with his wife and daughter until a robot broke into their home and abducted their daughter. In anger, the doctor destroyed the robot he had created. This incident led him to become a hunter warrior. Soon after, a man named Vector enters the scene. Vector is the head of the race game, a popular event in the city. The doctor's wife is also seen with Vector, adding to the intrigue of their connection. It's revealed that the doctor's wife is working with Vector, who promised to send her to Sky City. She is a doctor herself and works for Vector. Meanwhile, the same robot that Alita defeated appears before Vector. It tells him that Alita is responsible for damaging its body. Vector dismissively remarks that the robot was defeated by a little girl. The robot counters, saying that Alita is not just any girl but incredibly strong. Vector orders the robot to bring Alita to him after damaging her. Meanwhile, Hugo takes Alita to see the race game, explaining that the winner gets sent to Sky City. Excited by this possibility, Alita joins Hugo to view a ship. Hugo reveals that the ship is from enemies 300 years ago, fascinating Alita. She jumps into the water to explore it and finds a highly advanced, technological body inside. Alita returns to the doctor with the body and asks him to attach it to her, replacing her current. The doctor hesitates, warning Alita that this new body is powerful and comes equipped with dangerous weapons. He fears it will make her too formidable. After the doctor refuses to attach the powerful body to her, Alita becomes angry and heads to the factory. There, she decides to become a hunter-warrior herself. She goes to a club with Hugo where all the city's hunters gather. Alita challenges them, urging them to join her in eliminating Vector's robot, which has been causing harm and taking lives in the city. One hunter mocks Alita for her small size and questions how she became a hunter-warrior. This provokes Alita, and she confronts him, defeating him in a fight. Witnessing her strength, the other hunters are shocked and impressed. Meanwhile, Vector's upgraded robot appears at the club and attacks Alita. They engage in a fierce battle, with the robot fleeing into an underground tunnel to escape. Alita pursues it, leading to a tough fight where the robot severely damages Alita's body. Hugo and the doctor arrive just in time to confront the robot. Together, they defeat it and destroy its body. The robot escapes to save itself. The doctor brings Alita's heavily damaged body back home. Alita's body is completely destroyed in the battle. With no other choice, the doctor attaches Alita's damaged body to the new body he found from the ship. The next morning, when Alita wakes up, she feels comfortable and powerful in her new body, which can even produce fire. She's pleased with her upgrade. The following day, Alita meets Hugo to show him her new robotic body. Impressed, Hugo expresses his desire to go to Sky City soon. He explains that to get there, everyone needs points, which can be earned by killing someone or winning the race game. Upon hearing this, Alita pulls out her robotic heart and gives it to Hugo. Alita offers her powerful robotic heart to Hugo, suggesting he sell it to earn points for Sky City. Her robotic heart is exceptionally powerful, capable of supplying the city with electricity for months due to its energetic rays. However, Hugo refuses to take it, insisting that Alita keep her heart safe because it's essential. Instead, Hugo encourages Alita to participate in the race game, confident she can win. He promises that if she does, they'll both go to Sky City together. Moved by her feelings for Hugo, Alita agrees without hesitation and prepares to compete in the race game. Vector arrives and hires hunters and killers to eliminate Alita during the race. He promises a reward of 5 million scores to anyone who kills her. One of the hunters, seeking revenge for his earlier defeat by Alita in the club, targets Hugo instead. Accused of a crime he didn't commit, Hugo begins to act like a criminal. Meanwhile, Alita appears at the race, where all the killers are now her adversaries. They attack her, but Alita fights back, defeating them one by one. Alita receives a call from Hugo, who tells her that a hunter is after him to kill him. Alita leaves the race to rescue Hugo. When she arrives, she violently defeats the hunter. However, it's revealed that Hugo has been framed as a criminal throughout the city, and the police arrive to arrest him. The city believes Hugo must be killed, and they pressure Alita to execute him. Despite their demands, Alita refuses to kill Hugo. As Hugo lies dying, the doctor's wife arrives and suggests that they cut off Hugo's head to attach it to a robot body, turning him into a robot. The doctor's wife, now a kind-hearted person, suggests turning Hugo into a robot so he can live again. Alita agrees and dismantles Hugo's head in front of everyone. She takes Hugo's head to the doctor, who attaches it to a new robot body after an operation. Hugo is successfully revived, and both he and Alita are thrilled that he now has a robotic body like hers. The doctor informs Alita that Vector deceives people by promising to send them to Sky City in exchange for large sums of money. However, in reality, no one can go to Sky City simply by paying money. The doctor explains to Alita that only residents of Sky City can live there, and the race winner can also go there from this world. Otherwise, no one else can visit. He reveals that he and his wife were born in Sky City and came here for their daughter's treatment, but they got trapped. Alita becomes furious upon hearing this and decides to confront Vector. She heads straight to the factory where she's attacked by Vector's machines. However, with her powerful robotic body, Alita defeats each machine one by one and continues towards Vector. At the factory, Vector's robot wounds Alita severely, causing her to fall. In that moment, Alita's memory suddenly returns, restoring what she had lost from her past. Alita remembers that she was once a warrior who fought in the World War that occurred 300 years ago. All her friends and companions from that time perished in the war, and she herself was discarded and badly injured, ending up in the garbage. As Alita recalls these memories, she realizes that the owner of Sky City was responsible for the destruction and death of her companions. She understands that her mission now is to defeat the owner of Sky City. These memories evoke strong emotions in Alita. Alita becomes aggressive as she remembers losing all her friends. The robot attacks her, but Alita swiftly dismembers it with her sword. Simultaneously, she confronts Vector and defeats him, killing him on the spot. After receiving a call from the doctor, Alita learns that Hugo is trying to reach Sky City by climbing the pipes. Alita follows him, urging him to stop. She tells Hugo that there's nothing for him in Sky City and suggests they live their lives in this world instead. Upon hearing Alita's plea, Hugo agrees to stay, but the owner of Sky City attacks them with his weapon from above. As a result, Hugo's body is dismembered. Alita tries to hold onto Hugo's hand, but she loses her grip, causing him to fall from a great height. Devastated by Hugo's death, Alita is overcome with grief and starts weeping. Determined to avenge Hugo, she decides to go to Sky City and confront its owner. It's revealed that Alita has also won the race. Alita points her sword towards Sky City and declares to its owner, "I'm coming to kill you and avenge Hugo. Watch as I make you regret and end your life." The movie ends on this intense moment of determination from Alita. If you enjoy movie recaps, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more updates. Feel free to comment below with any specific movies you'd like to see recapped.